Would you consider watching one match a week from a current TV product and talking about it on the pod? I enjoy hearing your take on this stuff. Us marks still watch. I think that would make for good clips too. So, Rob, would you be interested in watching one match a week and breaking it
Oh,
down?
the reason would be because Seth said that it would be interesting. I can imagine that, but I don't know that I would enjoy it because what am I going to say if I have an opinion about their work, except for breaking it down and being completely honest and blowing kayfabe and talking to all the listeners as if I was in a training seminar and telling them, what he could have done better or whatever. And I'm not ready to do that yet, And so for those reasons, I think that probably won't happen.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense too, though. I mean, I think a lot of people, there are people that do break down the matches and stuff like that when they watch them and like give their critiques. But it's also like, yeah, if you want to be in the right mindset to do that, that's like, it's kind of a tough thing to like, be critical or, anything like that's kind of can be kind of tough too, I think.
It's
Um,
not, I don't when we're watching, like I don't see it the same way that you do,
right.
I just like when everyone was talking about Paul Heyman's speech, everyone was saying, "Oh my God, that was the best speech ever," and I kept saying, after the Hall of Fame, like I knew it was really good, but I got to listen to it again, which I have now, and I get it. It was fucking awesome, but when I am watching Paul up there giving his speech, it's like watching somebody else, one of my peers, work. So I'm watching it like that, and I'm looking at the build, and I'm looking at how he carefully places the swear words, and like, okay, oh cool, good move, he pulled out the hat, well that's a high spot, you know what I mean, and boom, he knew just when to do it and to get the reaction, and it's just like a match, and so I watch it like that, and when I watch wrestling, of course, I'm going to be watching it like that too, like they're working, and I don't like talking to the general public like from that perspective because what's it going to be like? Boom! Like see how he moved out of the corner like way too fucking early. Like if you pause it. See how that guy moved, and this guy's feet haven't even left yet, and the guy still jumps like a fucking idiot as if he didn't notice that the guy moved. See how that timing's up? See how it would be so much better if that guy waited till the very last second and we actually thought that he was going to hit him, and then boom, we're surprised by it. I don't want to talk to everybody like that, you know what I mean? Because that's what I do. That's my perspective, and that's like something for in a concentrated mass. That's something more for behind closed doors.
So you would be more against like just the fact of like breaking the fourth wall, so to speak, for like the fans and like letting them inside and kind of like nitpicking it apart and seeing that kind of perspective. You're not too into that necessarily, right? Does that make
It
sense?
doesn't. It doesn't translate to somebody that thinks they understand something, but they really don't. It really doesn't understand. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It really doesn't translate. Just like, let's say me and a fan. Let's say we talk about steroids. Do you think we're both hearing the same word? Absolutely not. We're not. You know what I mean? Like if I'm talking to a fan and there's a jacked up wrestler, and I say, he does quite a bit of steroid or whatever, or if I just does he do steroids? Yeah, he does. Well, in the fan in their mind, because they're trained our whole life, we're trained to think that's bad, that's cheating, it's dangerous. But in today's science, and especially in the world that I live in anyway, the athletic world, the gym, like for the last fucking 30 years, I don't hear it with that bias at all. It's just like, it's like, oh, I wonder what he takes. Good, it's working for him. Something more like that. So it's like the exact same conversation might be like word for word picked up by both ears, but we're not translating it the same way because we don't really speak the same language. We don't have the same perspective of what we're talking about. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. It really does. Um, I did want to follow up too. I think this is interesting because I never
Like,
thought
because
about.
like by the way,